Jakob Marlowe, Florida.
Lewis Holmes III, Adams, Wisconsin.
Chris Schaff, Billings, Montana.
Federico Pagnoni, Italy.
Paul Tedford, Great Falls, Montana.
Richard Bowen, Rogers, Arkansas.
Bobby Eyler, Dundee, Michigan.
Christopher Perkins, Ontario, Canada.
All right, Darren, here we go. This is the championship male open. This is the big dogs. We are at the 2018 Vegas shoot at the South Point Casino. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Cafaro International. Here with my colleague Darren Christianberry, Pro Staff Director over at Elite. We have come through the young adults, the seniors, the females. This is the one.
This is the one that everybody wants to watch, and for good reason.
This is the one everybody wants to win.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. The money is great, but man, just having that title, Vegas champion, on your resume is a prestigious. It's a prestigious title.
Absolutely. So we have Jakob Marlowe, Lewis Holmes, Christopher Schaff, Federico Pagnoni, Paul Tedford, Richard Bowen, Sebastian Pinot, Bobby Eyler, and our lucky dog, Chris Perkins. This is obviously our first end, but this is just practice. Kind of get some of them jitters out. These guys obviously are all, primed for this. They've been shooting in the back, and I think we're going to have a pretty interesting.
This should be
pretty interesting shoot off here.
I see some variations. I just looking at these targets down there. The lighting on the face of the archers and then the lighting on the faces of the targets, to me, seems very inconsistent.
Yes,
so
the very left target down there looks dark to me.
Yeah, that's why I was looking. Jacob's shooting in the dark. Perkins is shooting in the dark. Bale 2 and 3 are super bright, and then the archers right in the middle have a big ray of sunshine right on their hat bill.
Right. Exactly. This is, but look, these guys are all professionals. They're all here to do the same thing, and they're going to adjust. It's going to be interesting here, with the lucky dog. This year was an anomaly. This is the first time that I can even remember that nobody in this shoot-off has ever won it.
Right. Levi and I were talking this morning when we were shooting, and we're like, this has been a weird year at Vegas.
No doubt.
I mean, your usual suspect heavy hitters, they all missed early,
Yes, they did. I mean, even coming into the last one, you had Jesse Broadwater. He missed.
Yeah.
And then, so the lucky dog, obviously, we have Chris Perkins. So Chris probably amongst the list of your Mike Sloshers, your Jesse Broadwaters,
Stephen Hansen,
guys that if you're the other 8, you're like, let's have that guy that nobody knows about from Idaho win this, because these guys coming in here, they can be real dangerous, and Chris looks like he's got that look on his face.
Yeah.
He's giving us the shock over here. Chris is obviously relaxed, ready to go. Sebastian Pinot's been shooting incredibly well since coming back from that elbow injury a couple years ago.
For sure.
So this is, he's been here and done that. Obviously from the women's, we thought Linda Cho Anderson might have a little bit of an advantage on the experience.
Yep.
Turned out not to be the case. So as much as I want to look at here and be like, well, Jakob Marlowe's first year, he doesn't seem to really mind.
No.
And so Chris Schaff has been shooting at an incredibly high level.
He has.
So is Paul. So is Seb and Chris. So it's just really hard to tell right here.
Yeah, it's anybody's ball game. It really is.
All right, here we go. This is the first end of regular scoring. I don't suspect we're going to see anybody fall out here unless there's a major dip bang, but lots of...
It seems like we always lose one. I'm going to call one.
You're going to call one?
Yeah.
You know, well, I mean, it's almost hard to tell because we have so many people in the shoot-off that have never been in it.
True.
You know, I mean, we all know Bobby Eyler can shoot, but he just doesn't shoot near as much as he used to. Here he comes and makes the shoot-off. Richard Bowen, who's a great guy, you know, very highly respected within the sport. Sure. Paul Tedford, he's been killing it.
Just won Lancaster.
Yep. I mean, this is going to be one of those interesting shoot-offs where it could go for a while, or it could go for not a while, kind of like the year Sergio Pagni won.
Yep.
And he was the lucky dog as well. So I think one of the things that I'm really watching here to pay attention to is Jakob Marlowe. This is his first time here. You know, I know he makes all the jokes and there's all the hyperbole about all that, but the kid can shoot.
For sure. And Jakob has a really good attitude. I watched his video, his interview that he did with you the other day, and he really has a good perspective on it. You know, in his mindset, this means something to him.
Yes.
He can tell you it doesn't, but it does.
Sure.
But he approaches it with that mindset, and it helps him calm his nerves and stay in the moment. And he steps up there and just pounds the middle.
Yes, absolutely. And like he said, you know, when I talked to him after the after he shot the 900 today, he says, jokingly, of course, he says, that last end, that's why I've never came here. But he just shot a 900. So, hey, look, ignorance is bliss. And so he obviously has had enough success that he's not coming here first year like
the best
whatever.
Time to win Vegas is your first time in that shoot-off.
Absolutely.
It doesn't get any easier.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. And so, you know, basically he has friends that have, you know, been in it. He has friends that have won it. So there he comes. Jakob Marlowe comes out of the gate with a 30. But Jakob has at least the perspective of not being completely clueless on what this means, but
and it's all perception too, because none of us ever talk. None of us ever talk about, oh gosh, what's going to happen in the shoot-off. It's, oh gosh, we got to get to 900.
Exactly.
The pressure's off.
That's a fact.
Their goal's been met. Go out there and have some fun.
Chris Schaff with a 30.
Yes, I believe so.
And Lewis Holmes obviously there had a 30 as well.
He's got a close one.
Federico Pagnoni from Italy.
Looked like he had a close arrow.
Well, they're definitely looking at Federico Pagnoni is going to be eliminated. Good run by him. That is very impressive.
I didn't mean to jinx him, but it seems like we always lose one.
Well, you did call that, didn't you? I would say from the look on Chris Perkins, he wasn't going to be the one to go out.
No. Chris is pretty determined right now.
Paul Tedford with a 30. Paul has the look and the intent. I mean, Paul's been on a roll.
Paul's shooting really, really well. Paul's been traveling internationally a lot the last couple of years.
He absolutely has. Richard Bowen with a 30. Richard actually, he had 2 ends to go for his 600, and I was walking by, just doing some typical Bowjunky, and he goes, "Hey Greg, when I shoot this 600, can I come talk to you? Can I come get an interview?" That was a 30 for Sebastian Pinot, and I'm super. I don't talk to those people about that when they're shooting, because that's just voodoo. And he says, and I looked at him and I said, "Hey, Bobby Eyler with a 30." And I said, "Hey man, you shoot a 600 absolutely." He goes, "Okay, I'll see you in 6 arrows." And I was like,
he knew it.
Oh, okay, but you know what I'm saying. You can't. I'm not even going to interact with him on that conversation.
No.
You say what you want to say.
That's
I'll say
the
yes.
right mindset, though. You can't go up there hoping.
Absolutely.
He went up there knowing.
Absolutely. Chris Perkins with a 30. So that's going to conclude our first scoring in. Let's go to the Psc Leaderboard and see what it looks like. All right, Darren, here we go. This is the X counts as a 10, 2018 Vegas shoot. This is the Championship Compound Open. Looking at the Psc Leaderboard, Federicio Pagnoni was eliminated, and so here we go. This is what it's all about. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Kafaru International Packs. It's time to separate the men from the boys.
The 10 ring has shrunk in half again.
Absolutely. This is where you're really going to see. This is where you're really going to see folks who are going to be able to put that together. I think, here's something that a lot of folks obviously heard about a couple weeks ago. Matthews is paying $50,000 to win this. So obviously bow companies are generally in the 20,000 range, 25,000 range for this shoot. Do you think Matthews coming out with a $50,000 price tag for this is going to affect any of the Matthews shooters?
I would think that's got to be on their mind, but the hard part's over. They got the 900. Now they're in the dance. They're focused on their execution right now. I'm sure they're nervous, but kind of has their senses heightened a little bit. So absolutely. This is got lots of guys finishing up, turning off the line. I don't see down there. Looks like Louis Holmes has a tall one. Paul Tedford having some support down there. We are going to lose some guys after this first end.
It looks to me like you are correct. We are going to lose some guys. I don't see it being a lucky dog Sergio Pagna year where all of a sudden they're like, after one end they're like, and your winner is.
No, it's going to keep going for sure.
Yes.
But we did lose some shooters right there, I believe.
Absolutely. We're going to let these guys go down there. Louis Holmes readjusting his hat, not looking super stoked about that one. Chris Perkins with the fist pump. So obviously Chris got up there and took a gander. He has an arrow that I couldn't quite see. It looked a little tall. Obviously he caught that X or he wouldn't be bumping that fist like that.
Perkins is dangerous.
Incredibly.
Perkins has all the confidence in the world. He has all the ability in the world, and
absolutely,
he has a second chance.
Marlow shot a 29, he said?
Yes.
So a 29 for Jakob Marlowe. That's a hell of a showing for Jakob, first time out.
Proud of that young kid.
Absolutely. Great showing from Jakob Marlowe. That was absolutely fantastic. I'm sure he's not going to be super stoked with that. I mean, no one wants to lose. Holmes with a 28. So Lewis Holmes is going to be out.
Yep.
Lewis Holmes with the double arm flex pump, showing off the guns. Louis a great kid.
He is. He's a super nice guy.
There we go. Chris Schaff. Let's see what we got going on down here. Schaff with a 29. Somebody drops a 30. They're going to put a bunch of people in their seats.
That's right.
After as good as Chris Schaff shot in the World Cup last night, I'm a little bit surprised to see him drop one.
I anticipated him going deep today. I really did.
Yep, absolutely. They got the light out on Paul Tedford's arrow. So let's. They're looking at both sides of it, but it's only got to be in on one side.
That's right.
That's one thing that always kind of confuses me. And when someone says, "Well, it looks like it's in on one side and out on the other," well, it's only got to be in on one.
That's right.
So this is a pretty high pressure. Paul's sitting in back, taking deep breaths, arms crossed. This is here we go. Paul Tedford. Paul Tedford with a 29. Wow, this could be over relatively quickly.
We're running out of shooters.
Yes, we are. I mean, Chris Perkins with that fist pump. If he has that 30, this could get interesting real quick. I'm not sure I'm prepared for that.
I don't know.
Bowen with a 29.
Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we got two guys clean.
All right. I can't see from here, and obviously some of those arrows are pretty close, but Sebastian Pinot looks like he has a little tall one there. I promise you this: they're going to keep shooting. Sebastian Pinot with a 29. What is happening before our eyes, Darren?
I'm a little bit speechless. I don't really know what to say.
Could you imagine Bobby Eyler comes out here and wins this thing?
And Bobby's shooting a Martin.
That's a Martin he's shooting?
Yes. See on his shirt, Martin Archery.
I haven't seen the back of his shirt. It's, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? That one arrow of his looks a little tall, but definitely not out of the 10.
I believe he's got a 30.
I'm starting to get a little nervous here, Darren.
I like
I'm not
it.
going to lie.
I like
I'm
it.
not going to lie.
I like
This is not what I was expecting.
Is
at all.
this a repeat of 2 years ago? Is that when
It's
Sergio came
kind
in as a
of-
lucky
it's-
dog?
Yeah, and all of a sudden he shoots a 30 in the first one, and we're like,
Perkins is wearing the soles off his shoes right now, walking back and forth.
Bobby Eyler shoots a 30.
There we go.
Oh, my Lord. This could be over right now, depending on what happens with Chris Perkins. Oh, my Lord. I'm shaking.
I'm just staring off
Yeah,
into space. I'm a little dumbfounded right. There it is.
Here we go.
Here we go. Down to 2.
We are down to it. Christopher Perkins and Bob Eyler. Oh, my God.
Now, will the 29 shoot off for third?
After this, yes.
After this.
So let's go to the Psc Leaderboard and check this movement out. All right, Darren, here we go. Interesting move here. We have had a huge shift here in the championship compound open class at the 2018 Vegas event. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Cafaro. Literally, Marlow, Schaff, Tedford, Bowen, and Sebastian Pinot shot 29s.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Eyler and Chris Perkins shot 30s. So they are now shooting off for third
place.
Here's the dynamic, though. What about Bobby Eyler and Chris Perkins having to wait right now?
I'm not sure about that. But, hey, Bruce has got it going on, so.
Well, I'm just saying that could freeze them up.
Yeah, exactly. I would think you'd want to let these winners go. I mean, maybe you shoot them all together.
Well, at the same time, I kind of got to agree with this move because you know what happens when the winner is announced and they got to keep shooting. That's what happened with Sergio Pagni.
Right.
It's kind of a, wait, this is awkward.
Yeah.
The winner's been determined. Sergio rode out on the horse, and all of a sudden, there's guys still having to shoot.
Yeah,
so I agree with this.
Yeah,
I actually agree with this move.
Too. It makes sense to have the pinnacle and the finish, the winner at the very
I am
last.
beside myself right now, though. That was absolutely incredible.
I know it can change really quick with that little X being the 10 ring, but I really didn't expect to lose 7 of the 9 guys in the first end.
And the guys, I mean, no offense to Bobby Eyler, but
Bob's just been off the scene for a while.
You
I
think?
He shot 3D for years. Bob's always been a great indoor shooter, and I watched his scores. I was like, "Oh, Bobby's here!" And then he shot the 600. And then we were walking past concession stands a while ago. Did you get him today, Bob? Yep. I mean, just as nonchalant as he could be. Yep, got him.
Absolutely.
And here he is shooting for the win.
So, here's my question, and I don't know Bobby well enough to know his rhythm. I do know this: Chris Perkins has done extremely well at the ASA, where you shoot 1 arrow every 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So, coming back from Jakob Marlowe with a 30. Coming back from this, if there is a cool-down factor at play, I would have to give the advantage to Chris, but I don't know Bobby's game.
Bobby's an aimer. Bobby's he gets the full draw. He's got kind of a little funky anchor with his mouth open a little bit, but he holds a bow as good as anybody out there. So he's going to be a little slower shooting than I think Perkins will be. Perkins is a rhythm guy. He gets it in the middle and he gets it going.
Yes. But on the same token, this delay. I mean, if these guys go to 2-3 ends, these guys are basically starting fresh again. Schaff with a 30. Yeah, this is not going to be determined quickly.
No.
This is the shoot-off we're expecting.
Exactly, yeah. Still 7, still 5.
Absolutely. I just wanted to say thanks again, Darren, for all of your support and your help. You have been you've been great to commentate with and work with. Paul Tedford with a 30.
Boom.
Shocker. But, at the ASAs and here at Vegas and wherever we are, when you don't make the shoot-off, you come hang out with us, and I really appreciate it. I like your interactions and your insight on this, so I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate the opportunity. It's nice to get out here and talk about this and share my perspective with the folks that are listening and watching, so I appreciate you letting me tag along.
Absolutely. So, was that Bowen with a 29?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Sebastian Pinot was going down there giving some hugs, so this is going to be pretty interesting right here. These guys, I'm still in a little bit of Sebastian Pinot with a 29. I'm still in a little bit of shock. I'm not going to lie.
So we're down to 3 guys now shooting for third place.
Correct. Absolutely. While Chris Perkins and Bobby Eyler sit back here and cool down.
Yeah. I think they're all right with it.
Well, I'm sure the nerves have their blood flowing just fine, so I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Perkins is over involved in some conversation. Bob's back there meditating.
Chris Perkins probably over there talking about how many miles he put on his truck so far this year, because he actually drives down from Canada for everything.
Yeah, for everything.
This is absolutely incredible. So
he probably would have drove to Nîmes if he could have, but he had to fly to that one.
That's it. So let's check out the Psc leaderboard and see what kind of movement we have heading into the other end. That's correct. All right, here we go, Darren. Heading into another round of X's here. We got Jakob Marlowe. He was about to kill me for that. Chris Schaff and Paul Tedford. So we got two legs of Team Montana. We're here at the 2018 Vegas shoot at the South Point Casino. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Cafaro International. Everybody in the room still in a little bit of shock, Darren.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah, for sure. And an interesting scenario for those of you that may not be aware. The lucky dog has to win or he goes to the bottom of the heap.
Right.
So this is interesting. You know, if Bobby would end up winning, Perkins goes to 9th, these guys might be shooting for second place and not even know it right now.
Exactly. Well, they probably all know they're shooting for second or third. But, I mean, they're probably all aware whether it's crossed their mind or not about the lucky dog.
Right.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
They probably don't need that extra pressure right now anyway.
Right. And Paul Tedford, obviously last at draw. Good shot there from Paul Tedford. So good applause for Paul Tedford there. Paul's one of the popular guys on tour.
For sure.
Kind of soft-spoken, but he is a genuinely good guy. And this shoot-off is turning into the shoot-off most of us were expecting.
Yeah, and these guys can straight pound. I mean, we watched Chris last night in the World Cup open up with a 300, shooting 23 diameters, 150, 150 back-to-back. So.
Right. Yeah, Chris has been shooting incredibly well. I mean, I think one of the things that obviously Chris's demeanor helps Marlow with a 29, so Marlow drops one. So that's probably going to be a wrap for Marlow's night unless Tedford or Schaff happen to drop one over there. So basically, you know, Chris Schaff's, there you go, boom right there. So Schaff's demeanor obviously helps him, but I think the type of strong shot, like pull the limbs off the bow shot, really helps him in these kinds of situations.
I do too. I think it settles his bow down when he gets nervous. He's got so much tension from bow hand to release hand that when he gets nervous, his dot doesn't move that much, so he can stay strong in the shot, and it shows.
Well, look at him. He's not he's as wide as he is tall.
Yeah, he's a little bulldog.
Yeah, he's a strong young man. And mentally, you're just not going to shake him.
No. And he's getting more and more experience.
Oh, here we go. Team Montana. Second or third. Maybe second and third. All right, let's go to the Psc leaderboard and see how it shook out. All right, Darren, here we go. This is, we're down to it. Jakob Marlowe was just eliminated with a 29. Now it comes down to the Team Montana shoot-off. We're at the 2018 Vegas shoot at the South Point Casino. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Cafaro. This is it.
Look at that.
Lefty versus righty, face-to-face. Team Montana, here we go. They're shooting for X's.
We're shooting for second and third or third and fourth. We don't know how it's all going to play out yet.
Nope, and neither do they. I think Chris Perkins probably thinks he knows how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
Look at these guys putting them in the middle.
Paul's shooting lucky dog shots inside out right on the splatter.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have these two done this very thing at their leagues back home? I mean,
more than they can count, I'm sure.
I mean, can you imagine going out to a league out there in Montana and shooting a 329 and they're like, good job, you got fourth?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they're used to this.
These guys absolutely. Yeah, it's just amazing.
We could be in
these
for a
two
good
guys.
show.
That's what I'm saying is these two are gonna. I mean, this is
Boom.
familiar territory for them. So Chris steps off the line.
Chris has another advantage too. He shoots such a fast, strong shot. The crowd reacts to his arrow, and Paul has to know I have to hit this one.
Right. I think the
you
crowd
go.
oohs and ahs.
Yep.
So Chris and Paul hug. Obviously, it looks like Chris Schaaf's going to take your second or third spot, depending on
I'm gonna write him another check today.
one way or another.
One way or another, I will write Chris Schaaf
Absolutely.
another paycheck.
Well, so this has been a good weekend for him.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's a good month.
Well,
Chris is shooting
absolutely.
so good.
Absolutely. And Paul Tedford, great run for Paul. Paul's
Yep.
one of the nice guys. He has been working his butt off, and it's just great to see that hard work coming to fruition. Schaaf with a 30.
I'd like to buy some of that mental game they've got going on
Telling
right
you,
there.
right?
Huh?
Telling you. It's impressive. It is totally impressive, and it's awesome that they're such good friends.
For sure, for sure. I'm sure that helps when they're up there shooting head to head too. They're
Right.
they're rooting for each other.
They're back there laughing right now. Obviously, from what their reactions were in the crowds, they know it's done, but
Yep.
we're going to wait until the judges finalize. 29 for Paul Tedford, so that's how that's going to wash out. Let's go to the Psc Leaderboard and see what it looks like. All right, here we go, Darren. We are back to the determining factor for the big money. This is a 2018 Vegas shoot. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Cafaro. This is Christopher Perkins and Bobby Eyler have waited for the other shoot-offs to be done, and here we go. This is Chris Perkins and Bobby Eyler. They get no practice ends, do they?
And then there were two.
Correct. This is just get it after that little bit of a break. We'll see how this goes. Bobby Eyler does have a little bit of a Jeff Perkins-esque type hand there on his release hand, doesn't he?
Yeah. Bobby aims so good. He's got a funky little anchor, but man, he can hold a bow still.
It looks like it.
So can Perkins. Perkins can aim like a madman, but he's got a really quick shot.
Yeah, and he's got a whole different cheese. Perkins is like not even. He's just crushing.
He's so confident right now. It's unbelievable.
No doubt about it. All it's going to take is one little slip up here, and I don't think the other guy is going to give it back.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. Crowd reacting. Uh-oh, there it is. Chris Perkins drops one low. This could be over right now. This could be
unbelievable.
This could be over right now. The crowd is oohing and on. Perkins does not look happy here. All Bobby Eyler. Bobby Eyler needs an X here to be your 2018 Vegas champion.
Holy smoke.
Oh, my Lord, everybody. The sleeper has awoke. Bobby Eyler is your 2018 Vegas Championship male winner. All right, right here. All right, Greg Poole, Bowjunky. I'm here with your 2018 Vegas Championship winner, Bobby Eyler. How's that feel?
Dream come true, brother.
dream come true.
Absolutely. So you are a familiar face on tour. You've not been around a whole bunch of late. You show up and win this with a Martin bow. That's was that the plan the entire time, or were you just coming to Hope here to have a good time? What's going on here?
Well, I had a couple shoulder surgeries, got back from that, and Martin contacted me and wanted me to shoot some prototype bows, and I really believe in them, so I'm off and running.
Obviously, they have panned out. What's your schedule looking like moving forward?
Going for, I want to shoot Yankton, want to shoot the ASAs, and whatever else comes up.
Awesome. Welcome back, buddy.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
All right. Nice job. All right. I'm here with your 2018 Lucky Dog, Chris Perkins. That was quite a run there.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, you're on the big stage here in Vegas, and you try and stick to your shot and do what you know how to do, and just try and keep your composure out here. You know, it's a big stage, and unfortunately got a little sloppy on the third one, I guess, and just out the bottom. But all in all, you know, I'm happy with how the weekend went.
Absolutely. So I'm going to ask you the question that everybody that we were around was thinking: did the delay while the other shoot-off was taking place affect you at all?
I mean, I would have liked it to continue on, but other than that, I mean, I don't know. I can't really say for sure whether it did or it didn't.
Okay, I mean, you shoot the ASAs enough where you get that little bit of delay, so didn't really give you any impact as far as you're concerned?
Not really, no. I mean, I shot the first 2 arrows really good. The third one was maybe, like I said, kind of, I don't know whether I got weak on it or whatnot. It didn't really feel all that terrible. I thought it would have been good, but, you know, just out the bottom. It is what it is.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.